Hey everyone, welcome back to Bald Guys with Guns. I'm Rob. I'm still here at Fort Manny learning about the Moses Cartridges. And I'm here with Jeremiah Manny, the inventor of the Moses Cartridge. And boy howdy, do we have a gun in front of us. It is called the 33 Moses. Okay, obviously we need to explain the build. But then I've got some questions.
Yeah, absolutely. It's big. This is a big gun.
Yeah.
32-inch straight taper barrel.
Okay.
It's Excalibur barrel, and I got a Kelby action on there. And this thing's a tank. I actually wanted it a single shot, just because it likes its powder.
Yeah.
So it's not something I want to mag feed quickly. I'd rather do the precision and try to get the full performance out of the bullet. So this thing's big.
Yeah. So this is 338 Lapua.
Yes, there's a modified 338 Lapua case to the Moses. So this round right here, this is what we shoot in it. This is a 265 grain Badlands ICBM.
Okay. Here's a 16 ounce energy drink, and there's the bullet. Like that thing. What's the weight of the bullet?
That's a 265 grain.
265 grain. The case, the whole combination. It's almost as tall as this drink. It's crazy.
Yeah, this one here, I was nervous. I'm not gonna lie, Rob. I was nervous about this one. That's a lot of powder by my face.
So it's a modified 338 Lapua. So if somebody had a 338 Lapua, they could get it modified to be a Moses 338 Lapua.
Yep, absolutely.
Which is the 33 Moses is what you're calling it.
Yes, sir.
So I have to ask, why?
At first I asked myself why as well. And then with doing the competitions, when you get into ELR, you want big bullets, and you want them to go at good velocities with the high BC. So that is the why. We've got a 33 Moses right now. It was a second round impact at 3550, so 2 miles.
Now, 338 Lapua is known for going 2 miles normally, right? Mm-hmm. And to all of you that probably own one watching this, you can all admit the reason you bought it was for the power. Well, this guy can get you even more power.
Like it's substantially more too. I was looking at some data on it for something that was similar to this bullet here, and they're 250 grain. I know that's kind of off a little bit, 15 grains, but it's about 2850 out of most Lapuas, maybe 29 pushing it. That 265 were about 3,400 feet a second.
3,400 feet. That's like 500 feet more per second.
It's stout.
Holy crap. On a bigger bullet.
On a bigger bullet. And that's not the crazy part. We're doing 300 grainers at 3,200 plus.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Even bigger bullets.
Yeah. It's crazy. The amount of energy on this thing is unbelievable. When we compared the 250 to this 265, it was about 2,300 foot-pounds more energy at the muzzle.
Holy moly. That is just, again, the question is like, why? But the answer is so that you can shoot it farther.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah, exactly. The longer you can stay out of the transonic zone, the better.
Does this compare to anything out there? Like, what would you compare? Because it beats a regular 338 Lapua, so you can't compare it to that. What do you compare that to?
I think the closest thing to compare it to is probably the 33XC.
Okay.
So, which is a substantially larger case.
Yeah.
Still still the same bolt face, but this thing is doing the same velocities with a smaller case that's more readily available. There's a lot of Lapua brass out there.
Yeah.
It's still expensive, but there's a lot of Lapua brass out there.
Right. But when you're getting into this, you expect to spend money, right? That's the nature of the round.
Yeah, absolutely. So this one doesn't really fall into the typical stuff that we've talked about before with some of the other Moses calibers. This one really isn't the budget-friendly one, so to speak. But when you compare it to what it would cost for an XC or something similar,
Right.
it is cheaper.
So somebody that has a 338 Lapua and like, man, now I want a 33XC because I need more. Now they don't have to spend all the money on the gun and the components. They can literally reuse they can rechamber the barrel, modify the brass, and get more.
Exactly. So it is still expensive, so it's not one that you're gonna. I wouldn't take it hunting. It's just too much gun for hunting.
Well, and this build is incredibly heavy.
It is very heavy. When we go full comp ready, it's 41 pounds.
That's pretty dang heavy.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you know what I want to do with it? I want to go out and test it. I want to shoot some groups. I want to verify the speeds on a chrono. Before we do that, is there anything else you want to tell the public about this?
No, I think let's go shoot it and let that tell everything that we need to say for that. I mean, it's going to be quite amazing. I know we will be doing some other testing on it during the video. We'll try to get a video for that. Is the suppressor stuff. I want to see how it works with the suppressor.
Yeah, we'll show you guys all the video footage of that, and we'll talk about what you see in just a moment. Okay, 33 Moses, 338 Lapua, 100 and what grain?
This is a 265 ICBM.
265 ICBM. Okay. And what velocities are we expecting again?
Should be 34 something. And the trigger is light.
Okay. Oh, I should have probably done a dry fire. Okay. We got this. All right. Bag, help me out here. All right. I am ready to fire.
All right. .3378 on a cold bore.
And where did we land? Up and to the right. Am I correct?
So yeah. It shifted it a little bit, but not bad.
Okay. Cool. Woo. It's a good thing this gun's heavy. If it wasn't, I can already tell that would be crazy. Oh. Woo, right next to each other. Look at me go.
Look at the velocity.
3430.
Uh-oh. It should come back.
Yeah, my thumb was
hitting on that damn level.
Yep. Not your gun, not the round.
So that just kind of messed up the SD a little bit, but the group.
Yeah, the group's tight.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we've seen that with all the cold bore being slow the first shot.
Level the gun. All right, here we go. Three right next to each other.
Look at that velocity, 3424. So it was just that cold bore shot.
Holy cow. My ears are in, but it's still loud. Do I have my... I do. I even have the thing on that's supposed to help with that.
Is that thing nasty or what?
This thing's freaking sick.
Did you pull it?
I might have pulled it. I thought I was good, and then right as I was pulling the trigger, I think I felt myself slip there.
Ah.
Dang it. You know what it was? I got too excited about how that group was.
Remember we talked about that. You get a really tight group and then you're like, oh, I got this, and then you mess it up.
Yeah, I gotta knock that off. Oh, crap. This camera's not going. Okay.
Oh, no.
It's going now.
All right.
You see that there's been 4 shots. We got the 5th one coming out. All right, level.
Yeah, let's put it back in that group. Ah!
Did it go or no?
No.
Same place as my last one?
Yeah.
Well, then it double grouped.
Yeah. Good adjustment.
All right, 3376 on that one. Okay, you guys can see it. And history. Average of 3399 with a 23.2 SD. So,
And I've never even done a load development on this. This is just a random load in.
oh, this one's random.
Yeah.
But the point is you're getting those speeds. We're shooting the 33 Moses, which is a 338 Lapua round. Looks like this. Made into a Moses. This, what's the grain bullet?
265 grain at 3,400.
265 grain bullet going 3,400 feet per second. We got a brand new suppressor on here that's testing this. Sorry, the name of the company,
Northreach Manufacturing.
Northreach Manufacturing has made a suppressor that we're testing on this rifle today. And Andrew?
Yes.
Andrew are you the owner?
Yes.
The owner of the company. He's going to be firing the gun. We're gonna get the sound. We got a microphone here real close so we can get good sound. I'm gonna be filming the velocities. Here's your bullet, sir.
Okay. Okay, I'll test the trigger real quick.
Yeah.
How many pounds is it?
It's 41 pounds.
The trigger? The trigger, I'm like damn, dude, I won't be able to pull that.
Maybe 5 ounces, maybe.
So it's pretty light.
It's light.
It's super light.
That's good to know.
Still standing back.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's really light. Okay.
There is a water jug at the bottom if you want to smoke it.
Okay.
You should.
So I would just aim at the top of it.
Just aim at the top.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like maybe a quarter way down or so.
Seriously, it's not gonna recoil.
Okay. I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm a little nervous.
You're the machinist. You shouldn't have to worry.
Right.
Hey. Here we go.
Hit low. It skipped. Did you see that?
Yeah.
3,325.
What is it?
3,325.
Okay.
Dude. Yeah.
That's
quiet.
Yeah. That's like no different than really any other rifle I've shot with it.
That sounded sweet.
Yeah.
It
How
actually
was the recoil felt on that?
Very minimal.
Because we're going to do one without the weight now. We're going to drop it down to just the gun weight.
You want me to film it again?
Yes, please.
You got it.
Yep, and it hit low, so I'm going to adjust it to bring the scope up.
Okay.
So, because this gun ain't been sighted in, it looked like it hit about maybe 2 mil low.
Yes, it is.
So we're going to go 2 mil on it.
Okay. Hit Irvin.
All right.
Out here.
We'll do it without the weight. So we're down to about a 28-pound gun, 29-pound gun at this point.
Okay. And this is a Whisper Pickle 30. If you guys are wondering the name.
The wife does all the cooking. Unless you want the top ramen, I can get that.
There's, buddy.
Perfect.
Yeah, that was.
That was a little.
3,000.
I think because I was standing here, not that.
That's nothing.
3,345.
Yeah.
Hey everyone, so I'm at a new location. I had to borrow Jeremiah's 33 Moses. I know he's not enjoying not having this at his house, but what you just saw was us demonstrating the speeds, kind of ridiculous speeds that this is capable of. Those speeds are awesome and all, but as you saw on the chronograph, the the speeds were kind of all over the place as well. It wasn't like good SDs or extreme spreads or anything like that. Still accurate, but we wanted to also showcase that this is a competition built rifle. So we loaded up some 275 grains instead of the 265s. So 275 grain bullets with a powder charge that's supposed to be more competition style, less of a barrel burner, and should provide good numbers on the chronograph and good groups. So we got a target downrange, and I'm gonna chronograph it here, and we're gonna shoot a group of 5 and see what happens. All right, just took a couple verification shots to make sure we were zeroed. We're gonna be a little bit low, but that's gonna print groups for us, so we're gonna be all right there. All right, so 5 shots. I've got the chronograph being recorded, targets being recorded. All right, let's see if I can print a good group for y'all. I'm gonna aim the top right diamond. All right, fundamentals, here we go. Boy, that puts up a lot of dust. Okay. Oh, the Garmin missed one. We'll put 5 on the Garmin. I got enough to do 5. I'm shooting more than 5, but the Garmin only read 3 so far, so this should be number 4. Okay. Yeah. These things are sweet. All right, an average of 3,074.7 with a 275 grain bullet, a standard deviation of 3.8. So it can be loaded for competition. The group size looks a little bigger than I like to see, but again, I'm not the competition shooter in this group of Moses people. I try to shoot well, but it wasn't terrible. I think it's still under an inch down there, but yeah. Pretty good numbers, pretty sweet rifle. So I just got back from going down and looking at the actual group up close, and it looks like about 1.5 inches to 2 inches, but again, like I said, I'm not the competition shooter here. I can generally shoot pretty tight groups, but it is fairly windy out here today as well. This gun's heavy enough that it's not necessarily pushing me around, but It's also a rifle I'm not used to. I don't know. I mean, I'm making up excuses at this point, but there wasn't really vertical stringing. A lot of it was just horizontal. There were 3. The width is what gave my group the 1.5 inch size, and 3 of them were on the same line, just left to right. So I would definitely call that shooter error more than the ammo. But yeah, the gun shoots great numbers. When you load it for competition, I mean, you're getting 3,070 feet per second, and with a 275 grain bullet, I mean, this thing is I mean, just like normal 338 Lapua, it's a 2-mile champion, but even more so when you can add, you know, 300 to 400 FPS extra speed. So there you go.
Yep.
Okay, well, we'll talk about this guy in a second. Holy crap, 3,400 feet per second, and I grouped well.
Yes, that's the crazy part about this one. It's a lot of power, and it's accurate power.
Yeah. But the other incredible thing was the suppressor.
That was unexpected.
Really quiet.
Yeah, having that guy come out here.
So it was Andrew from Northreach Manufacturing. They're like a newer suppressor company.
Yep, absolutely. We were talking a little bit on social media, on Facebook.
Yeah.
And invited him out, and he brought his suppressors that he designed out. And I'm going to tell you, I've ran some suppressors, and that thing was insane. That Whisper Pickle was insane.
Yeah, he calls his suppressor that he brought the Whisper Pickle, and what a name. I love it.
And it literally was the Whisper.
Yeah, it whispered, and I mean, it didn't necessarily look like a real pickle, but what a name. It very clever.
Not only was it quiet, the thing that really impressed me, besides being quiet, without the muzzle brake on this, with this big bullet going that fast, the recoil was extremely manageable.
Yeah, interesting point there, because he actually put the muzzle brake that's from the Bravo series of the Silencer Co.
Yep.
So it's one that would come on like the Omega 300. He uses that muzzle brake on his, so he's got the Bravo thread pitch on his, and that brake, I've learned through a bunch of stuff that brake works better with the bigger the bullet.
Yeah, the more power, the better it works.
Yeah, and it didn't recoil. Like, you might as well just use that instead of the brake, because it save your ears, and there's still no recoil.
Yeah, and you know the cool part about it is, with that big bullet going that fast, it's a little over 6,800 foot-pounds of energy at the muzzle, and that can took it like a champ. Like,
yeah,
I was a little nervous about sending it at first.
Yeah, because he said it was 338. He had shot regular 338 Lapua through it.
Yep.
But again, you're going 500 feet per second faster with a bigger bullet.
Yep.
And the amount of energy coming out of the muzzle is 2,300 more. Like, I was worried.
Yeah, and you know, the crazy part is the can. It's a 30 cal can, but it's just got enough clearance for this bullet.
Yeah.
Like, very little clearance, but it did it.
Yeah.
So that just shows the workmanship of Precision Rifle Works, that the bore is like truly centered up to go onto that can like that.
Yeah. Bronson Fellows at Precision Rifle Works, who is the exclusive maker of all these rifles. He does great work.
Absolutely.
And the precision of the can itself too comes into play there as well. Now, Andrew from Northreach Manufacturing, he did mention they're going to make a 338 Lapua specific can. He was just testing his 30 cal can on it because he wanted to see how good his own can was in a real life scenario versus from a computer.
Yeah.
And it held up.
Yeah, I will tell you that I was kind of impressed with the can from how quiet it was, but boy, did it heat up pretty quick with that much powder that we're sending out of here. But it held, and what was interesting with the amount of heat that it had without a suppressor cover on it, the mirage from the heat coming up, the heat waves to give you that mirage.
Yeah.
It wasn't there like a normal can. I was kind of shocked on that.
Yeah, that was interesting. It was a blast to shoot. I appreciate you letting me use your expensive components to let me do a 5-shot group, which I thoroughly enjoyed. Getting the suppressor stuff, that was just a pleasure in itself.
Yep.
But we've got another gun. Why do I have another gun in front of me when we're talking about 33 Moses?
Well, because it utilizes the same bullets. So this one here is what I call my hunting brush gun. So again, another Savage action. You can kind of tell I like my Savages. So another cheap Savage action with a factory Savage barrel. This is an old 338 Lapua barrel that Bronson had laying around that we chopped down to fit this action.
Okay.
And it's shooting some 285 grain bullets out of a 308 case.
Wow. At what speeds?
So it's normally around 2,300 feet a second, just a hair over, depending on temperature, because the powder that we run in it is a little bit more temp sensitive than typical. I was kind of rushed on it when I did the load on this one here because hunting season was upon me really quick.
So let me get this straight. You got a 338 Lapua barrel with a 308 action.
Yep.
Right? So you would have to either have one of each of those or get one, like, have the 338 Lapua, get the 308 action, because you're running a 308 case.
That is correct.
Modified to fit a 338 Lapua.
Yep, it's
bullet.
a Frankenstein.
Well, but it's cool though.
It is cool. This one here, when I was doing load development on it with that 285 grain bullet, it was a little bit warmer outside when we were shooting it. It was about 23, 30 or so. And I did have a different muzzle brake on it when I was testing it. It was on the 308-06 that you guys saw earlier, that barrel extension muzzle brake that I kind of was playing around with a design a long time ago. We had it on here, and it did add a little bit of velocity, believe it or not. Not much, but it was just a little bit. I was shooting at 1109 with that slow bullet, and it was still supersonic.
Wow. But that's because the BC of those 338s are crazy.
Exactly.
So, I mean, yes, it's slow, but you can still go out to 1,000.
Yeah.
And it's so big that it's got power there.
Mm-hmm. So this one was really set up for your really big, large game animals like bear, moose, those really big, thick skin animals to get that penetration.
Not from extreme distances either.
Correct.
Okay.
Yep. So and that's the short 20-inch barrel and the lighter gun.
So we had to bring this second one out because they're both 338 Lapua technically, because the bullet is, but one's in the actual 338 Lapua modified case, and the other one's in a modified 308 case.
Yep.
Super cool stuff, man. I've had a pleasure being here. You've been a great host. It's been super fun being here. We've shot a lot of guns this weekend.
It was a lot of fun, though. We're all tired from it, but I mean, you can't pass this up. What we're doing here, shooting, and
it's insane. And seriously, I know that there's skepticism on these, but when you experience it, the reason we're making these videos is because we know not all of you can experience it in real life, right? So we're hoping to show you results that you can believe on film. But again, if you have questions, please comment down below. I will try to answer any questions you have. Jeremiah will hop in the comments and answer any questions you have. If you're interested in building any Moses cartridge caliber that is in production, call Bronson Fellows at Precision Rifle Works. He is currently the exclusive builder of the Moses rifle. And if you have questions, he can also answer a lot of them. More specifically when it comes to building the rifle for you. So get in contact with Precision Rifle Works. And man, I mean, again, thank you for having me out here shooting all these crazy guns, experiencing something I never thought was possible until I met you and started looking at this stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. And it was kind of fun because we had some other folks come up that have Moses calibers, and they did very well as well.
Yeah, they did great. And we're gonna feature other, just so that you guys don't only see the inventor talking great about it and our channel. We're gonna start doing the evens challenge, which we've mentioned on our channel before, and we are gonna specifically have people with their own Moses rifles that have taken that leap and built their own, and we're gonna have them run the challenge and show us what their rifles can do.
Absolutely, I'm looking forward to that. I was hoping we could get the evens challenge while you guys were here. We got busy having too much fun with some of this other stuff.
I mean, you can get sidetracked, but I mean, at the same time, shooting takes longer than I think we give ourselves credit for. We think we can do things faster. Guns heat up, you gotta let them cool down, you gotta reload, you gotta do, there's a lot that goes on, and sometimes we are, feel like we can move faster than we really can.
Yep.
But we were able to shoot everything I wanted to, and we were able to talk about all these cartridges that you have in production, and it was great.
Yeah, absolutely.
So thanks for watching, guys. We hope that was informative. There is a playlist for all of the Moses cartridges. If whatever caliber that you're interested in, if it's in that playlist, it's in production. So go check out those videos to see if there's one made in a cartridge or caliber that you want. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Tell all your friends, and always remember, only the most beautiful scalps are bald, and we will see you next time.